This is the live game. This is round 4.4 of the Fide World Cup. Alekseenko versus Liren. Liren just has to, he won the first rapid game, round 4.3. He just has to win this game in order to advance. So this is the current game now, which is live. We have e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, knight f6, d3. We have a guaco piano, d3, d6, both sides castle, rook e1, a6, a4, bishop back, knight b d2. Now this is an interesting move by Ding. He plays knight g4, attacking f2. Rook e2 to defend, king to h8, and this is interesting. H3, then f5. H takes knight g4 would lead to complications favoring black. If h takes, f takes, we move the knight, knight h2, then g3. If knight f1, knight e1, if knight e1, then the queen infiltrates. d4 would be the best defense. Then e takes. Black would just have an awesome attack on the king side. And knight f1 is the best defense. Black would play knight e5. I can't get that to knight e5. If the bishop can't move back because of d3. Knight takes d3, then g3. Black would just have an awesome attack if white misstepped, if he weren't to play in the correct defensive manner. Black would have an overwhelming attack here. So again, that's if knight e1, queen h4. So if knight h2, g3. That's if h takes, g takes. The black's attack would just be too much. So Alekseenko, he thought for quite a while in this position, but he played knight f1. Then we have f takes, d takes, and knight h6. Then we have rook e1. Alekseenko, he continued rook e1. Then queen f6. All that Liren needs here is a draw to advance. So queen f6. Then knight g3. And we still have a very interesting game. Ding is up on the clock by about 7 minutes. So let's look at the, I had a live position. I'm trying to find the live position that I had here. But this is after knight g3. Oh, Ding plays bishop takes h3. Computer didn't see that as an option. Computer prefers a5. Ding plays bishop takes h3. Bishop g5. So what would have happened if pawn takes? Oh, pawn takes. The knight here would be captured. Yeah, if h takes right here. If h takes, queen takes. That's why he captured the pawn. Then black would have an outstanding advantage. So Alekseenko plays bishop g5. Then queen to g6. G takes. Rook takes. Queen takes. Then queen takes g5. And computer says it's all even. This is great intuition by Liren. Gave up the exchange. King to h2, this is the current position. With a slight advantage to black. I don't know what happened to my live position here. Well, let's see. Okay, here it is. This is the live position. Let's see what this engine says. This engine also agrees black has a slight advantage. So let me go back here. That's just great positional feel from Liren here. Take c4, knight h6, going back over. Rook e1. Queen to f6. Bishop takes. Again. G takes. H takes. So black picks up a piece here. Bishop g5 attacking the queen. Queen over. Pawn takes. Rook takes. Queen takes. Queen takes. Then king h2. Simply brilliant. So for the exchange, black has disrupted the king side. He has a pawn for the exchange. So then continue knight to e7, which is top choice from the computer. Then rook to g1, trying to oppose the bishop on the queen on g5 with a discovered attack. For instance, knight h5 attacking g7. Ding played knight g6. This is the current position. Knight g6 covering g7. A better move, but that the computer likes simply to move the queen to h4. But we have knight g6. So let's go back over the game. One move, a move has been played. Even though Ding just needs a draw here, he's going for it. Rook g1, knight g6. So it appears Ding has to be careful here. So we have, after knight g6, knight f5, attacking the queen, then queen to f6. Now all of a sudden, white isn't too bad here. And this is a quick game. This is a rapid game. White isn't bad now. Ding was playing very ambitiously. All he needs is a draw. So this is the current position. Time-wise, Ding has a big advantage, but his position is slipping slightly. So we've had some moves here, just caught up. 21 is where we stopped. 21 queen f6, knight h6. Knight takes h6. Computer likes rook g3. Maybe double on the g file eventually. No, rook g3, then knight takes f5. Computer likes rook g3. Then if rook f8, knight takes pawn, he's threatening. Then knight takes h6. So can't play queen takes. Can't even, then rook takes. If rook takes, then knight f7. King here, then knight g5. Or, well, yeah, knight e5. Picking up the rook. So we can't play that. So knight f6. Rook g3, rook f8. Computer says maybe knight takes h6. G takes. Queen takes, rook takes. Then this pawn is attacked. So in this variation, white is okay. He's the exchange up. He can survive this. So rook g3 was probably the best move, but Alekseenko, he played knight takes h6, which leads to equality more so. So we have knight h6. Queen takes f3. Knight there, check. Well, if king here, then knight takes, he has a pawn. Then he picks up the queen. So let me see, that would be, well, knight takes, king moves. Knight takes. He's up a piece here. He would be up a piece if we have that variation. But what was played, let's see, let's go back. Knight takes, knight to f7. Queen takes. So let's go here, king there. So we have king g8, 23. No. We have knight f7, check, queen takes. I have to delete commentary here. Knight takes. Knight to f7. Queen takes. Bishop takes. Knight to f4. a5. These are the moves that were actually played. Rook to f8. Bishop d5. c6. Bishop c4. And rook f6. So this is the current position. Let's see. Then we have rook a, f1. And all is even in this position. Looks like white missed some chances here. So we have queen, knight to f7 check. Queen takes f7. Bishop takes f7. Knight f4. a5. Rook f8. Bishop d5. c6. Bishop c4. Rook f6. Rook a to f1. And this is the current position. Computer says it's even. Time-wise, they're catching up. Well, Liren still has a big advantage time-wise. Time-wise, Dinger's used a lot of time. We're still at Rook A F1. Computer says even. All right, G6. Judging by this game, you would think that that black needed to win here. Okay. So what happened was after 28, Rook A F1, G6. Still even here. Rook G3, D5, which is a good move. Computer prefers to take back, but he plays Bishop D3. That bishop is in the line of Rook on G3 has to stay there because Rook on D3 is under attack by the knight. So Bishop D3, Knight to H5, attacking the Rook. Rook to G4, and here they can repeat moves for a draw. He does not accept the repeat of moves. Bishop C2. Then king g7. This is the current position. So it looks like Ding has an advantage here. White did not play accurately, it seems. So what we had on 32, King G7, H4, H5, Rook to G3, Knight E2, Rook G5, D4, Bishop D1, D3. Then F3 was the inaccuracy. F3, Rook to F4, King to H3. But Ding had a better move here. Bishop E3. He missed Bishop E3 here. Bishop E3. If Rook moves, then Knight F4. So he missed Bishop E3, attacking the Rook. Rook F4, Knight F, Rook G2, Knight F4. Bishop E3 would have been a killer. But this is the current position. So Bishop E3. Wow. Yeah, Bishop E3 would have done it. But this is a rapid game. So we have Bishop H3, which is the current position. King H3 rather. They're both down to seconds. They're blitzing out their moves. Okay, now the knight is headed to c3, which this looks difficult for white now. After knight c3, bishop c2. That's right, the bishop covers d1. Wow, this has really changed. White is down to seconds. Now knight e3 maybe. What's this? Rook. He queened. Bishop takes. Rook d3. Knight e3, and Ding's looking good here. Put that knight on g4 maybe. Ding's looking good here. I mean, this is black's to lose. I mean, this is a big advantage for black here. Black will pick up the, well, I was going to say the queen side pawns, but I mean, he has a piece. 25 seconds for white here. Yeah, this is over. Then he has a pass e-pawn. It's practically over for white here. So Ding would have won both rapid games, looks like. Huge advantage. And he's up on the clock. White's only hope is after he captures the A pawn. White's only hope is rook takes a6 and try to advance the A pawn. Wow, he's down here. 19 seconds, 17. He plays king e4. Knight takes b4. So this hasn't updated. Looking at the live game, this is hopeless for white. And yes, Liren wins. So he advances. Won both rapid games. So let's look at the remaining moves. Let's look at the moves here. This game was back and forth near the end, but Liren prevailed. It was a very good game. Oh, wow. So let me see how far back here. We're 60 moves. I'm only at 38. So Ding Liren will play Grishuk. All right, so that's the conclusion of this game. It'll be Ding Liren versus Alexander Grishuk for the next round. Thanks for watching.